a virtual DNC. Political specialist Shaun checked in with Colorado Democratic Representative Jason Crow about the theme, as several Republicans are scheduled to speak during the convention.
Congressman Jason Crow, thank you for joining me as the Democratic National Convention is underway virtually. It is interesting, while Democrats won't be together in person, the theme of the convention, and particularly the first night, is unity, standing united against all these challenges that we're facing right now. Among the speakers is Republican Governor John Kasich of Ohio, as you know. Do you think that just as we saw Reagan Democrats in 1980, that we're going to see some Biden Republicans in 2020?
Hi, Shaun. Thanks for having me on. It's always good to be with you. I certainly think we should see that, because what we're seeing now is a country that's deeply divided, that is looking for unity, is looking for a positive vision. This is a vision that the Biden-Harris ticket is providing. This can be a new era for America. We can move forward, start healing the divisions that have torn our country apart over the last couple of years that this administration and this president has created in so many ways. So yeah, I look at my own district and the community that I am honored to represent. We have Democrats, we have Republicans, we have unaffiliateds, we have people that want something different, that deserve something different. They're looking for unity, they're looking for healing, and we should certainly see that in the days and weeks ahead.
Your district includes Aurora, where Elisha McClain died. It's really, I think, become ground zero in Colorado in the fight for racial justice. When we talk about divisions, how important is that issue in this election?
Well, it's really important, but it's not just an election issue. It should not be just an election issue. We have let this go on way too long. So many of us bear responsibility for not getting this done earlier. This country should have got it done a long time ago. So we can't just view this as an election issue or just something that has to be addressed this cycle. This has to be a long-term conversation about our country and our community, what we need to do to bring the country together, to have the reform that's necessary to end abuses, to end the violence. So yeah, it's going to be important now, but it's going to be important after the election too. And that's why it's really important that we are electing folks and that we're promoting folks that are going to talk about this and are showing a commitment to actually get it done, because the time for talk is way over. Lip service is not going to solve this. We have to make sure that we have people in positions that are committed to action.
Kamala Harris will be the first Asian African vice presidential nominee. So at a time of such divisiveness in the country, what do you hope her nomination says about the Democratic Party?
Well, I look at my own community that I represent, one of the most diverse communities in the country, the most diverse community in Colorado. I always say proudly that I represent America, because you look at the community in Aurora and throughout the entire district, people come from all over, different backgrounds and races and ethnicities and religions. It's what makes our community beautiful and strong. And the Democratic ticket really represents that now. Ms. Harris's her background is really an American story. She comes from different places. Her family has different origins. She's lived the American dream in so many ways, and that's a powerful message. It's a message that shows who we really are as a nation, and it's one that I look forward to continuing to talk about.
So as the convention gets underway, there's a lot of focus on the U.S. Postal Service right now, and Speaker Pelosi has now called the House back to D.C. starting this next week to address this situation. And I know, you've talked about how this goes beyond the mail-in ballots, which the focus is on. What are you doing to address this, to raise awareness around this?
Yeah, I voiced my concerns in the past weeks to leadership, asking for us to come back to address this issue with the hearings that are necessary to give the American people the information that they need to know what's going on, but also pass legislation to prevent these abuses. The bottom line is the president and the folks that are working with him, the Postmaster General, They're trying to sabotage this election for political purposes, and they're using the Postal Service to do that. It's not okay. It's not acceptable. And not only does that undermine our elections, but it has all sorts of other consequences. Our veterans, many of our veterans get their prescriptions through the VA via the Postal Service. Almost all of the prescriptions that the Veterans Administration sends the veterans, they send through the USPS. Our seniors get Social Security checks and benefits via the Postal Service. Other people get life-saving medications through the Postal Service. So we have to look at the life-saving elements that the Postal Service provides, the benefits it provides. It's also one of the largest employers in the country of our nation's veterans. So it's a veterans issue. It's an issue of our seniors. And of course, it disproportionately impacts our most vulnerable, underserved communities and our rural communities. The impact of these abuses will be very widespread throughout the country. And that's why it's important that we respond to it very quickly.
All right. I won't keep you any longer. I know your time is tight. It's always such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much, Congressman Crow.
Yeah, thank you, Shaun. Good to be with you.